So, how does the body develop blood sugar problems? Problems like type 2 diabetes, problems like insulin resistance. Sorry. These things happen for a number of reasons. One of the major reasons that I think is not talked about a lot is a congested fatty liver. How do you get a congested fatty liver? Well, over time of drinking alcohol, over time of consuming lots and lots of sugar and refined carbohydrates, what happens is the liver develops fat around it, also known as non-alcoholic or alcoholic fatty liver disease. And why is that relevant? Well, the liver has sensors all the way around it that monitors our blood sugar. Every 6 to 10 minutes, we filter all of our blood through our liver. So you think about filtering all that blood through the liver is monitoring how much glucose is in the blood, and then also how much it may need to spit out from the liver, glucose, to maintain adequate blood sugar for the brain and body function. So what happens is with a fatty liver is that those sensors, these little hair-like structures around the liver, they can't do their job. They can't monitor the blood sugar levels of the body. And so things start to get a little wonky. And basically, this leads to elevated higher blood sugars in the blood. Now, this can be caused by, again, over drinking, overeating, things like that. But one of the other reasons that I wanted to touch on with blood sugar management is also just simply we're just not burning enough glycogen or glucose out of the muscle. Our muscles actually hold a ton of glucose. In fact, they'll uptake glucose faster than any other organ in the body. So if we're not burning that glucose or glycogen out of the muscle on a daily, frequent basis, then we have nowhere to put extra glucose that we're taking in. So we will convert it, if we're not using it, to fat. The body's very efficient. It's not going to waste that glucose. So it converts it into fat. And again, if your adipose tissue, your fat around your midsection, is growing, you can also bet that the fat around your liver is growing. So this is leading to higher and higher blood sugar levels. What else causes higher blood sugar levels? One of them that's not talked about a lot is cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. This could be from physical, emotional, work-related, relationship. All these different forms of stress can raise cortisol. Cortisol is a glucosteroid hormone. What does that mean? That means that this is a steroid hormone that raises blood glucose levels in the body. So the higher your stress, the higher your blood glucose. One of the major things that keeps people stressed is not enough sleep. If you are not sleeping adequately, deeply enough, and regularly enough, this will chronically elevate your cortisol levels. In fact, you can look at multiple studies right now. If you Google, research this, tons of studies proving that when you sleep deprive someone, they automatically have higher blood sugar levels and higher cravings for sugar the very next day. Also, insulin sensitivity and the way that people burn fat is dramatically less when they are sleep deprived. So that leads me to my next issue here. We've talked about stress. We've talked about fatty liver. Also, one thing that can keep your blood sugar levels is elevated cholesterol, and especially if you're on cholesterol medications. Cholesterol medications are frequently proved to elevate blood glucose levels. In fact, with multiple clients that I've had, we couldn't get their blood sugar to come down until we got them to lower or get off of their blood cholesterol medications. Now, am I telling you to get off your cholesterol meds? No, I am not. I will make a different video on my opinion of cholesterol medications and how useful they actually are, and if even blood cholesterol is a valid measure of heart health to begin with. But for this discussion, we are sticking to blood sugar. So we think about elevated cholesterol levels. We want to fix our cholesterol, so we need to eat more healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, things like that, to raise our HDL. The higher our HDL, usually the lower our blood sugar. So I hope all this helps people that may be struggling with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. Just think, another thing that burdens the liver is toxins. Not talked about a lot, but if you're struggling with a fatty liver and your liver is struggling to process out a ton of toxic burden, whether you may be a painter or a hairdresser or someone who deals with a lot of chemicals, this can impair your body's ability to detoxify these chemicals very well. So this can also lead to a congested fatty liver, which can elevate blood glucose levels. So again, there's many factors to this, but one of the major things that we can do to lower blood glucose is A, eat less refined sugar. That should be a no-brainer. B, take the toxic burden off of the liver. And C, use your muscles on a daily basis. Resistance training, endurance work, these things are very, very good to lower blood glucose levels. In fact, if I had one tip that everyone could do right now with type 2 diabetes, is start lifting weights every day to every other day. And I can almost guarantee you that your blood glucose levels, your HbA1c, would dramatically fall if you started resistance training. So these are my tips today for elevated blood glucose, how it happens, how people develop type 2 diabetes. I hope this helps lower your stress, lift some weights, eat a real food, less sugar diet, and you will be on the right track to lowering your blood glucose. Zach with Muscles and Veggies. If you have any questions, please email me or comment below. Thanks for watching.